Hi everyone, we're the Refuge Task Force and I'm the Task Force Chair, Kara Price.
I'm Meredith Grafton.
I'm Emily Schallenbrink.
And this is Refuge Square. That's our theme for this week, and our verse is Psalms 91, 2-4.
It says, I say to the Lord, you are my refuge, my stronghold. You are my God, the one I trust. God will save you from the hunter's trap and from deadly sickness. God will protect you with his pinions. You will find refuge under his wings. His faithfulness is a protective shield.
This year we are trying to redefine what refuge means to us and go back to the roots of refuge in ourselves and also in the Bible.
We truly wish we could be with you this year, but we're trying to stay safe and social distance and wear our masks as much as possible to keep both ourselves and y'all safe. But we do miss you, and we love you, and just go out and do good like John Wesley taught us all how to do.
As the Spirit was moving over the water, Spirit, come move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. As the Spirit was moving over the water, Spirit, come move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. So come down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you fill the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will fill me. Come down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you fill the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will fill me. Spirit was moving over the water. Spirit, come move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. As the Spirit was moving over the water, Spirit, come move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. Fire and wind, come and do it again. Open up the gates, let heaven on in. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. Fire and wind, come and do it again. Open up the gates, let heaven on in. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. So come down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you fill the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will fill me. Come down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you fill the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will fill me.
Sing, Holy Spirit, come rest on us. You're all we want. You're all we want. Holy Spirit, come rest on us. You're all we want. You're all we want.
Holy Spirit, come rest on us. You're all we want. You're all we want. Holy Spirit, come rest on us. You're all we want. You're all we want. So come down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you fill the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will fill me. Come down, Spirit, me when you move, you make my heart pound. When you fill the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will fill me.
Hi guys, I'm Kara Price. I'm the Refuge Task Force Chair, and this is Refuge Squared. We really wish we could be with you in person this year, but unfortunately we cannot. So we're going to open up in prayer before I start my devotional. Hey God, let my words speak your truth and open the minds and hearts of all that hear. Amen. So my verse today is Luke 8:22-25, and it says, "One day Jesus said to his disciples, 'Let's cross to the other side of the lake.' So they got into a boat and started out. As they sailed across, Jesus settled down for a nap, but soon a fierce storm came down on the lake. The boat was filling with water, and they were in real danger. The disciples went and woke him, shouting, 'Master, Master, we're going to drown.' When Jesus woke up, he rebuked the wind and the raging waves. Suddenly the storm stopped, and all was calm. Then he asked them, 'Where is your faith?' The disciples were terrified and amazed. 'Who is this man?' they asked each other. 'When he gives a command, even the winds and waves obey him.'" So in this story, the disciples are following Jesus. They're trusting him to get on the boat and hope that everything is fine. But a storm comes and they feel themselves drowning in the waves, and they're scared and they don't know what to do. So they wake Jesus up, and Jesus calms the storm. He was their safety and their refuge. The disciples were in danger, and they didn't have to ask Jesus for help, but they didn't know what else to do except to warn him, but they didn't know the power he had to stop the storm. Throughout the years, I've had my fair share of storms where I've found myself drowning under the waves. I've had a support system like my confirmation group, my youth group, my parents, my youth minister, my pastor, and all the friends I made throughout the conference to help me. Through junior high and through middle school, junior high, and high school, I have experienced a world I didn't know before. I became aware of politics, suffering, diseases, oppression, and so much more, but luckily I had my support system behind me to help me work through these new feelings. In junior high, late in 8th grade, I had my world flipped upside down. I lost one of my best friends to cancer, and I had never had feelings or experienced a death so close to me, and I didn't know what to do. I lost all hope and faith, and I was drowning from a storm within. But my parents and my youth minister, my counselors, and my youth group members were the ones that were there to hold me and help me through that hard time. Now I've learned to find peace in my storms. Sometimes I still bury myself underneath the weight of everything and become busy so I can try to forget. But ultimately, I know I have people and places that I can go to find shelter. Someone once told me that church is not just a building, it's the people that make it up, and I can attest to that. I have never met better people than the ones that I've met on my faith walk. I seek comfort and strength through my parents, my youth minister, my pastor, and the ones that I met throughout the entire conference, council, and youth ministries, also known as CCYM. And they have allowed me to grow into the person that I am today. I know I can find my safety in places. Conference events have always had a special place in my heart because I know I can go there and find peace. There's something special about Refuge, being able to worship God on a mountain, or Veritas, worshiping him in a hotel ballroom, or Assembly, worshiping him in a college dorm. And it's just insane. And that's why Refuge is so special to me. My first Refuge was the first time I felt passionate about something and wanted to make a future of it. I saw CCYMers up on the stage spreading their love and kindness, and I wanted to be like them when I grew up. So while I deal with my own storms like the disciples once did, I find my refuge at Refuge and with the friends that I've made throughout the process. I relate a lot of things to music, and one of the songs that came to mind was Head Above Water by Avril Lavigne. This was a song from the tour that never happened in 2020. At first I didn't realize it, but I attach myself to the song now because I know what it feels like. There's a verse that says, "And I can't see in the stormy weather, and I can't seem to keep it all together. I can't swim the ocean like this forever, and I can't breathe. God, keep my head above water, I lose my breath at the bottom. Come rescue me, I'll be waiting, I'm too young to fall asleep. God, keep my head above water. Don't let me drown, it gets harder. I'll meet you there at the altar as I fall down to my knees. I found myself in the words of the song like the disciples drowning in the storm, and the only way to get out is to call for Christ. Ultimately, He's the only one who will always be by my side and keeping me afloat. God is my refuge. So, will you bow your heads and pray with me? Hey God, I pray that at least one person hearing my words and my story will be inspired to go out into the world and share their own story and find their own peace. I pray for all of those who are struggling so they may find a support system to help them in their darkest storms. I lift up all the prayer requests that are left on our hearts, and that you give us the strength, peace, and courage to live our lives and be your light. In your heavenly name I pray. Amen.
Great are you, Lord. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out our praise to you only. Great are you, Lord. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out our praise to you only. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out our praise to you only. And all the earth, and all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. And all the earth, and all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. And all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lives, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lives, so
Hello, my name is Grace Jones, and I'm the Youth Service Fund Chair, and I'm from Beebe, Arkansas.
My name is Caroline Carper, and I go to St. James in Little Rock, Arkansas.
And this is Mark the Moose, our new YSF mascot. The Youth Service Fund is so much more than a merch table at an event. The Youth Service Fund provides unique grant opportunities to youth groups like yours to help you tell your story. 70% of our funds go in-state to help youth groups like yours, and the other 30% go to the Global Youth Service Fund.
Our YSF mission statement is to help raise money and provide funds for people to tell their stories.
One awesome way you can help the Youth Service Fund this year is by purchasing the limited edition Refuge t-shirt. It's $15 and all the proceeds go to the Youth Service Fund. Thank you for your time.